Hey guys, welcome to Infinite Light. My name is Shawnee. I'm going to do a general read just because I feel like the energies are I don't know. I haven't got complete clarity. I did get prompted, pushed, nudged to come in here and do a reading. I look a little homely right now because I'm about to go work out, and your girl is not one of those to put makeup on and get all frou-frou pretty when I go work out. I already know the faces I make aren't becoming, so there's no reason to try to plaster my face with makeup and look all cute if I already know I'm gonna be like in the lifting weights. All right, so today is the 1st of August. Celestially, there's a lot of stuff going on. August is a very auspicious month. It's going to be filled with a lot of changes. If you are not comfortable making said changes or taking leaps of faith or taking action this month, and you're going to feel like you're being energetically pulled all kind of ways, and it's just not going to work with you well. So if you really want to see growth in your life and movement in your life, really take heed, take allow these energies to work for you and you not against them. All right, so I had a dream last night. Those of you guys who are again, if you are returning, thank you so very much for doing that. And if you're new, hi, welcome. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Turn on that bell notification button. Really quickly, last night I had a dream and it was so unbelievably realistic. There's an actor called Jon Hamm, Jon, and then last name is Ham, like the meat a little bit, I guess. I don't know if it's MM. Anyways, I digress. He was in my dream and he was basically telling me like over and over again that I identified my twin flame wrong. That he was in fact my twin flame. And like he was really just like all over me. And I listen, he's an actor from the TV show. I would say like most recently well known from Mad Men. I had the hardest time trying to figure out who this man was because I just saw his face like so vividly and he was interacting with me, but I don't watch. It's not that he's a good actor and he's very dapper for sure, but he doesn't do the genre of like movie and TV shows that I watch. So I was like really trying to go off of this guy's looks. I didn't know his name. Anyways, Jon Hamm telling me that he's my twin flame. So I take from that there are perspective changes happening this month. And it has to do with long-standing relationships, interactions, social groups, social norms, like really just, and not just a perspective change, probably even stepping out of your comfort zone to provide change for yourself, maybe even distancing yourself, or just tackling things differently, is what's really prominent right now in this energy. It was just crazy that it was, of all people, Jon Hamm. He couldn't be any more different than my actual twin flame in age, in his zodiac sign. Hold on, I want to look at this real quick. I want to look and see if he's like the opposite of the zodiac sign. No, he's not the opposite of my twin zodiac sign, but still, like, it's just like it was just weird. So I think that you're going to be surprised by a lot of weird things that are not what they seemed. Okay? Things that are not what they seemed. There was one TV show that came up when I was searching Jon Hamm. Let me know if you guys have seen it. It's called Good Omens. It's on Prime. Let me know if you've seen it. That looks like something I would like to watch. So I might even check that out. I don't know if that was one thing Spirit wanted me to do, but yeah, let's go. All right, Spirit, thank you so much for your time, your energy, your presence. Allow me to deliver a clear and concise message to those watching. Should anything negative pop up, immediately return it to sender. I don't want it on me. I don't want it in my household, and I don't want it on the viewer. Okay, so just a couple of questions. Just really quickly, Spirit, what is it that we need to know about this timeline starting August 1st? What is it that we need to know immediately, please, Spirit? What do we need to know today? How about this? Let's be specific, guys. What is it that we need to know today, Spirit? Thank you. High Earth. Longing for home, homesick for the stars. You know, I keep getting this idea of home. I keep getting it over and over again. I think the last reading I did, it was for the Aries community. I was talking about keys. And I last night before I went to bed, I was watching somebody and they were talking about somebody else feeling like you were home to them. Longing for home, homesick for the stars. This card really is like the higher higher heart chakra, sort of, with the pink here. It's like an opening up to, it's like being ready to receive. I'm getting like Judgment Day. I'm getting like spiritual downloads. Going with the flow. I just looked down at my, although this flow looks a little bit, you can't help but to go with the flow if you're a boat in this wave. So maybe that's significant as I look down at these two things, this fan that was on my desk. It might be rough waters, but you're still going with the flow because you know that it's going to lead you home in a way, and home could be right on your path, like right exactly where you're supposed to be. The synchron, like you're just going with the flow because you're expecting the synchronicities, for your next something to be there. You're just following the guidance, like I did with this video. I'm gonna pause just for a second and tell y'all another quick story, because y'all know I be telling stories. I have been public speaking for over 30 years. I used to act in like plays. I taught for several years when I was in the military, and I never had an issue with like burping when I was talking. But whenever I come in here and I do these things, it's just, the energy is so different when you come and you use divination and you channel some of the time. So I do really feel like it's this idea of, it doesn't matter how hard it's going to get. I have faith and I'm going with the flow because it's going to lead me on the right track. So a collective of people that are at peace right now. And then what action are you expecting them to take today with this information, please, Spirit? What action? I'm sorry. Defenselessness. Riding past wrongs. Uprooting. Remember I was talking about, I said it's like misperceptions, misunderstandings. I think that there might be some things popping up, either people, situations popping up that you were, it was like this, dealing with them, this wave, very choppy, very in and out. If it wasn't choppy, it was in and out, coming back and saying, either they misunderstood you and your power and your pull on them, or you misunderstood them. Conversations. And this could be, if we're talking about a past person, somebody who has passed, gotten their wings, are no longer alive, are up in the heavens, the ethers, whatever you want to call it. This might be them visiting you in dreams or in thought or in heart or in energy. And you get to have conversation with them to release and let go the hold that they have on you, or the misunderstandings. I'm getting really heavy on the misunderstandings. Tell me more about this I'm sorry card. Because it's like the idea of both of you coming to a common energy, a common ground, a common understanding. For the collective, please, on the 1st of August. Whenever you watch this, it's going to be relevant, but I just really want to pull in on this current energy right now. We got the 7 of Wands in the upright with the Page of Wands in the upright, and then the Ten of Pentacles. So it was it could be very much a family member or somebody kin like, K-I-N, like a kindred spirit, a family member or a kindred spirit coming back and wanting to start a new path. Guys, you can come in the comments and you can talk about, I don't want anybody back from my past. Can you stop for a second? Just stop for a second, because I got caught up doing this. And I've seen it over and over again where it's not what you think, especially since we're talking about misunderstandings. It's not, when spirit comes and they talk about like loved ones and stuff, they're not always talking about your ex who is a fucking asshole. We're not always talking about that. It could literally be a friend from back in the day, a coworker from back in the day. It could be a cousin, it could be an aunt and uncle, it could be your parent, one of your parents. It could be your neighbor. I will ask in a second, how would you know who this person or these people might be? But definitely somebody that you've felt like you've had to put defenses up with. I think it's interesting that both of these wands are in the exact same position. And this one, I mean, honestly, this one is, again, with the pink dress, it's like the upper heart chakra. And it's like speaking truth about how you feel. Either they've been blocked or you've been blocked with speaking truth about how you feel. The color pink is coming out in 3 out of the 5 cards. Somebody is now motivated to speak the truth about how they feel. There's no cup cards out here. I just am getting that intuitively. All right, so hold on. And what is it that they're wanting to say to the collective? Either you or them are going to be prompted to do this. It's going to set the trajectory of life in the right direction. Sometimes it takes small pushes, small nudges in order to make big leaps in your life. But how is this going to play out, please? Judgment in the reverse. Misunderstandings, misjudgment, misinterpretation, lack of clear judgment. Again, confirmation of what I was talking about. 5 of Cups. There's the emotions. The Lovers. I said either a family member or a kin. Somebody akin to you. A kindred spirit. A friend. A soulmate, if you will. A soulmate. Go watch my labels, my relationship labels video I did a couple of days ago if you need to further other understanding on a soulmate. But this is also a soul connection. And it's taken a long time for this person to, and long time is relative, right? To come up with this, like almost like I'm seeing in my mind's eye like the Strength card. The strength to come and to come forward and talk about it. Let me get some character cards, because this could be multiple people, but let's see who this might be. I just realized that my character oracle card that I have mainly only has males in it. It only has males in it. At the bottom of the deck, watchman, service provider. They could be military. This is in front of the White House here. DC could be relevant to you or this person. If they're not military, they could wear the uniform or be service provider. So what, they work for the phone company. It literally says service provider. Just a person of service. You know, they could be in the clergy, service provider. I get that. A counselor, a teacher. What they do is if they're not in the military, they're not security in some way, shape, or form. If they're not don't have to wear uniforms, and I'm not talking about, service. They provide services in some way, shape, or form. But this person it feels like they've either been put in socially, been put in a place of like over you, to protect over you, like a parent or an older sibling. This person feels like they need to watch over you. Like maybe that's why they need to make things straight, get things straight, release the misunderstandings, is because they feel like they're being called to be in your life to protect you from something. Who is this person? Anyways, what I was saying about these cards is, if you can suggest, if you guys know of any oracle cards that are like people, like what people look like and who people are, then, and that don't just have men in them, that would be beautiful. Because I have a plan in the future and I need some cards that have women in them. All right, guys, what is this? Who is this person? Or who are these people to the collective, please? Painter came out twice. He was at the bottom of the deck earlier when I was talking. Animal Shaman pops out. And then Genius, a super smart person who's also very creative. So they've got their right and their left brain active a lot. Like could be very comedic as well. Like writes very well, sings or makes some sort of music, paints, sculpts, crafty. But then also not just that sort of smart. Like they're good with their hands and they're good with creation, but then they can also sit down and do some math or work at a computer, and they've got that duality balance between them. This animal spirit here, I mean, it could read to somebody who is an animal lover, but for some reason, whenever I get this card, I always want to get clarification on it just to make sure. I didn't get the elder card, but I am getting that this person is an old soul. So maybe this person is older than you. Animal Shaman, please. Animal Shaman. Temperance in the reverse. This could be somebody that's passed on. If not passed on, somebody older than you that's had maybe had addiction issues, and the addiction can look like anything. I said and the addiction could be anything, and then I get this Knight of Cups. So the very obvious there could be like that they drink, but then it also could be somebody that isn't good with commitment. Meaning like they give their cup of love to any old body. Very passionate person. Very charming person. And then one more character card for who this person is. Spy. Spy is at the bottom of the deck. So they're keeping their tabs on you. And then Young. Wow. So this is a separate story. You've got, and for some reason I'm being called to pull this. So you've got another, so it's two people. You've got one person who's this person that's got the duality of mind, is very creative but also very smart, potentially good with computers, potentially very good with math, or both, or all the above, who maybe has an addiction issue. Their addiction issue could be drinking, something like that, or just that the fact that they can like to keep their options open. This person feels like they want to protect your heart, is what I'm getting off of this first storyline. The second storyline is that there's another person who feels like they've got some sort of control, possession, if you will. I'm not getting a bad thing, but they do watch you in some way, shape, or form, and they are younger than you. I'm getting pure intentions from this first person. Intentions for this first person, please. Ten of Swords in the upright. Pull from the bottom of the deck. The Eight of Cups. Hold on just a second. Okay, guys. And then I don't know if you heard my daughter say mommy. So this could be your mom. This older person could be your mom. The memory of your mom, the ghost of your mom, depending. Or your actual mom. As soon as she said mommy, the Queen of Cups popped out in the reverse. With the Eight of Cups and the Ten of Swords. So again, a potential family member that you've walked away from or separated from, and they feel like they need to set the story straight. Or it could be a Cancer, or Gemini, that feels like they need to set the story straight. Okay, this younger person, what is the intentions? So this is clarification, or this is confirmation for some of you guys. The Four of Pentacles in the reverse, the 10. Okay, so this younger person is watching you because they want to, again with the 10 of Pentacles, this might not be a family member. This might be somebody who is wanting to build a family with you, come out of hiding and wanting to build a family with you. This person doesn't necessarily have to be younger than you. This person could be younger than the first person that I described. Does that make sense? But this person is like really trying to figure out if they want to open up to an idea of building something with you. Either way, there's misunderstandings, the way that you've looked at these relationships. And you know what? Your perspective, your perception of whenever you last had interactions with this person or interactions with this person was 100% exact. You're supposed to feel the way that you're supposed to feel. But it's like this idea of, and nobody's trying to say your perception was wrong. You're entitled to your thoughts and your takeaway on certain interactions with people. What Spirit is trying to say, though, is that these people feel like there was a misunderstanding and they want to set the story straight. I don't want to try to debunk your feelings. You're entitled to your emotions. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't want anybody to take that away from here. So what is the advice that you have for the collective, please, Spirit? All right, messages. Ace of Pentacles coming in. This is opportunities to learn something new. Yep. The letter A could be look at this. Synchronicities is beautiful, babe. The letter A could be significant. I just see that on this little boy's sweater here. But this is the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and then the Page of Pentacles. So yeah, messages. And then we have older and younger. Again, older and younger. White butterfly pops out for me. This is like a pure intention. The intention behind it is pure. And I think a lot of it is because it's coming from Spirit nudging this to happen. Yeah, they may not really be able to articulate themselves too well, only just because this is a lot of Spirit is saying you better do this because it's going to set this collective on a trajectory. It's going to set you on a trajectory. And we as a collective need this to happen in order for people to be in the right place at the right time. Speaking of time, the time is now. I'm seeing with these pentacles, the time is now. And it's going to lead to a successful outcome. I'm not saying that you're going to be reuniting with these people. That's 100% your choice. That's not what the message is. The message is that there are messages. And it's like Spirit is saying, just listen. You guys know how I feel. If y'all are new, then y'all are just gonna have to kind of piece it together. But I'm not going to be answering the phone Most people are blocked who fall under a certain category in my life. I've got people I don't answer the phone to. This person or these people somehow still have somewhat of an open door. And remember that this could be somebody who has already passed on. I also have a list of people who have passed on or who might pass on that I've already said prayer and set intention. Like, when this person passes, they are not allowed to come back until I'm ready. So you can very much set an intention in your energy for that and tell spirit, like, listen, if this is who I think it is, who's already passed, I don't want to hear from their energy. I don't want to dream about them or whatever. And you could always say, until I'm ready. I do feel like the time is now, but you get to make your own decisions in life. So the messages that they're going to be messages, there are two people, okay, who want to set the story straight. I hope this helped in some way, shape, or form. I will see you guys here shortly for August readings. I love you so much. Bye.